Alright guys, today I'm going to show you how to do a stainless steel brake line on your MR2 sw20 body. The basic tools you need are needle nose plier, 14 millimeter wrench, 17 seed special brake wrench that has a little curve right here so you don't strip the nuts, and a 10 mil for the brake nipple. This is the kit. These ones are the rears because it's angled a little bit, and the fronts are straight out. So, and then these are some nuts. Some bolts for your brake caliper with new washers. These are the new C-clip for the brake line, and these are the rear bracket for the lines. This is a 1994 Toyota Mr2 Turbo. This is how you tell if it's 93 turbo and up. 36T30. And the first stop is you gotta pull this clip out, and the 10 mil wrench goes on top of this, and then this to hold on the bottom so you don't strip it, and you just break it loose. And then you undo this 14 millimeter bolt from the caliper. First up, what you want to do is you want to turn the wheel to the left, so that way you have more room to work on the right side of the car. What I also have is a bucket, to that way if excess fluid comes out, you have something to hold it with. So what I'm going to do first is I want to undo the nut first from the bottom. Just loosen up the bolt. Righty tighty, lefty loosey, and then I removed the C-clip from the brake. A lot of these cars that have stock suspension, this one's already cut. A lot of the stock ones it's completely shut, so that way it's hard. Every time you do suspension work, you have to bleed the line. So this one has already been cut already. So what you do is just bend it and then just move the line out and then change the suspension. This one's already been swapped, so it's a lot easier now. So while the brake fluid will drip out, so just let it drip. And now onto the top line. Use a regular plier if you have to. Use the bottom. top clip out. That's it, and the whole line comes out. So what I use is just a regular 17mm wrench. You clamp it right there and to hold it in place. So with the new line, it's the one with the straight ring right here. You want to get the C-clip from this old one. You put it onto the new one on the bottom of it. Just get a flathead screwdriver and just pry it out. So this is the C-clip you need. You put it to the bottom of it. I mean, this side. You just get a plier, you just hit it, snap it in place. Just like that. So it goes onto the bottom of it. And now just put this back in. And then when you put it in, just kind of like aim of where you want it. And then same with the other clip on the bottom of the other line. You want to take that out and then reuse this old C clip. Just like that. And the top piece. And then when you slide it in, it's going to go into place. And screw the top piece in. Make sure you do everything by hand first. You don't want to strip this thing. And you pretty much adjust to what the height the length you want. And you get the new bolts and washer from the bag they gave you. So nut, washer, the new line, washer, then caliper. The new C-clip they provide you. And that's pretty much it. Bolt, washer, line, washer. C-clip goes in. And this last part is very important. You kind of adjust it to where this line goes up. See that? That's where you want to be, and then you put the C-clip on top. So use the original clip that they gave you. And then 10 mil side, and you just tighten it. And remember not to over torque this thing. It's very, doesn't take that much to tighten it. Once you strip it, that's pretty much it. You replace the whole line. Okay. And then make sure it's nice and this is pretty much how much it's gonna extend out. And just tighten the bottom bolt. And same with this, don't over torque it. That's pretty much it. And you can test it going back and forth. Looks good. Alright, now we're going to the back of the car, the rear brake line. And for this one, you need a we need to have a 14mm socket. I mean 12 mil. This goes later. So pretty much this bracket will go right here for the new line. And then loosen up the 10mm for the line. So it doesn't take much to loosen it. Don't over torque it. Like some of the cars that I've got before. They tighten it so hard that they strip this nut. Get the clip out from the brake line. And then remove the bolt for the brake caliper. So this one's a little tricky right here. So it's gonna need a length extension or something with a socket. Make sure you put the bucket underneath so brake fluid don't come out all over your floor. So these are the old one. 12mm socket. And then just slide up. Here's your new bracket. And same thing with this one. You have to remove the clip, the OC clip from this line and transfer to this one. So the easiest way to get this in first would be this bolt actually goes in the caliper first. Let's try the other line. Actually, it doesn't matter. It's actually easier if you get the bolt in the caliper first. Then you do this. And the provided C-clip. Then you tighten the bolt in. And this clip go back in. That's it. And this is the old C clip from this old line. Take it out and transfer it to the new line. And if it's a little loose, or if your line's already hacked up, you can just zip tie it, but usually you want to be nice and tight. And then just tighten everything up. $14mm for the bleeder nut bolt. Okay. And then a 10mm wrench. Get the 17 wrench on top to hold it in place. And don't over torque it. That's it. And some brake cleaner to clean off the excess. Alright, that's pretty much it on this side. All in all, it takes me about 10 minutes to do the front, 10 minutes to do the back, and then 10 minutes to do the other, 10 minutes each on the other side. So 40-minute job. And the next thing you want to do is you want to bleed the brakes when everything's done with the lines. You want to bleed from the right rear, the one furthest away from the brake master cylinder, the right rear, the left rear, the right front, and the driver front, left front. So pretty much for the rear, do this one first, get the nut in, get the bolt in first, and then you run the line up to this thing. The next thing is you want to, if this is too loose for you, just get a plier and then clamp this together, so that would be nice and tight for you. Alright, the next tools that I found is very helpful, thanks to my friend Adrian, who did this on his car, and it works very well. Basically, you get some .3, get one of these on Amazon. It's kind of like a brake bleeder kit. What you do is you pour brake fluid in here, you put it on top of the reservoir, so that way it's constantly full. While down here, you just kind of put this nipple part into your bleeder nipple, and then turn the air compressor on, and you just squeeze that, and from there it'll just use the vacuum of the air compressor, shoot out, and then it'll just suck the line down here. And this goes into the front of the car where the brake reservoir is, and they give you a bunch of adapters, and you find the one that fits this brake reservoir. You stick it in, and essentially what it does is there's a little the valve right here, turn on and off and on, so that way when it flows down, it's constantly full, so that way you don't have to go back and forth, you know, trying to refill your brake fluid. So and then when you're done, you just turn it off and you just let it go, and then just fill it back up. So that's pretty helpful tool. Thanks, Adrian. So pretty much this is the off, and you just want to put it in. And just let it turn it on. While the brake reservoir is filling up, and it'll stop automatically. And you can hear the bubble going down. And then it'll just stop right there. So pretty much the brake fluid is right here, and that's basically where the nipple and the tip of it is. And then the more you suck out, the more it's going to drain down, rather than you coming back and forth, you know, trying to refill the fluid level. All right, I got to do this fast before my air compressor turns back on again. 8mm wrench, and unlock it, and then you just squeeze. Alright, so here's a closer look on it of the setup. This is already loose, and then you just gotta squeeze this lever, and the fluid just comes right out. Amazing, amazing stuff. It's like super cheap too. It's only like 20 bucks, like $20 or $30. You can get it on Harbor Freight or Amazon as well. And then and that's pretty much it. And you want to start from the right rear, and then the driver rear, the passenger front, and the driver front, and just let it suck all the brake fluid down. All right, that's pretty much it. And go ahead and grab one of these nipple cap cover. You get on Amazon for like really cheap. So just cap it up, prevent all the dust from coming in, and fill it up with the reservoir. And that's pretty much it. That's how you pretty much bleed the brakes, change the stainless steel lines, and then you're all set.